Going into how the angels of the Most High camp around those that fear him. Alright? Let me move on. The spirit, man. I don't know if the camera caught that last one. Let me read 2nd Maccabees. Show you. Matter of fact, let's get some scriptures on this, man. Because you're going to need the angels in these times, man. Since the spirit got me going on this, let's go on it. We get Acts, the 12th chapter. Because we're going to find ourselves in some... be in some near-death situations, man, and some brothers may end up dying because some of the apostles died. All right, Yahawashi died, John the Baptist died. So if that's your lot, that's your lot. Okay, every brother not gonna get spiritual power, man. You see what I'm saying? I mean, all the 144,000 will have spiritual power eventually anyway. You see what I'm saying? Or you never know, you may end up dying, and the Lord may raise you right back up, man. All right. And bring vengeance on your enemies, man. That's a possibility, man. We don't know what's going to play out in these last days, but some miraculous things is going to be it's going to play out. I'm going to read an account right now, Acts the 12th chapter. Acts chapter 12, verse 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. So he killed James, man. Okay? He killed the apostle James. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, see, it was our people that was down with it. That's why a lot of blood, there's a lot of blood on you so-called Negroes and Hispanics and you Native Americans. There's a lot. Because y'all guilty of killing the prophets, man. Okay? And when they saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. And when he had, which is what, the Passover. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intended after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Which there's no such thing, man. The translators put that in there. The word is Pesach, or Passover. Okay? Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing. And we all supposed to be praying without ceasing, all of us, because I'm guilty at times not praying all the time, man. As much as I should, man. Pretty sure pray without ceasing. Yeah, the scriptures say to pray at least 3 times a day. But pray more than that, man. Okay? Give thanks to the Most High at all times, man. And that's something brothers doing more as well, is fasting, man. That's how you level up in the spirit, man. Because these people out here, they're not spiritually equipped. Neither they spiritually or mentally prepared for what's coming, man. So when we go through our hell or our situations, that's the Most High building you up, man. Okay, so you don't take that ass kicking with the world. Okay? See? That's why America's out of here, man. See? 2 men boldly holding hands, man. Boldly, man. You know what I mean? This kingdom is out of here. This cesspool is out of here, man. And if you down with it, hey, you're going to get the same judgment. Okay? You read on. It says, Peter therefore was kept in prison, for prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers bound with 2 chains, and keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord, Yahawashi, Psalms 34:7, came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side, and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And his chains fell off his hands. And the angel said unto him, gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he said unto him, cast thy garment about thee and follow me. So the angel bust him out of prison. Okay? And like I said, these acts going to happen again in these last days. Because Esau is going to come with that martial law, man. Revelation 2:10, Revelation 12 chapter, 12 and 10. Okay? 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, man. Okay? Isaiah 59:19. He going to come down, man. Alright? And I'm going to read a precept on that later. Let me read on. It says, and the angel said unto him, gird up thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he said unto him, cast thy garment about me and follow me. And he went out and followed him. And wist not that was true, which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. Okay? But when they were past the first and second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of its own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from it. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, now I know of a certainty that the Lord hath sent his angel, and hath delivered me out of the hand of Herod, and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. All glory to Yahawashi, Kala Yahawah, Yahawashi. See? That's why the scripture says, man, look to the days of old, man. Ask your fathers and they will tell you, man. The scripture says the things that are written aforetime, Romans 15:4, was written for our learning. That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. When you read these stories, that's supposed to give you hope. Okay? That's nothing, man, for the Most High to do that. Okay? But the Most High is going to amplify it to the point where brothers can control elements, man. And you're going to need spiritual power, the angels, to be with you in this time, man. Even if you have so-called military training, you can't take down the devil, man. With his technology. You got weapons out here that he has never even brought to the public's light yet, man. What they tell is what they want you to know, okay? Okay? The scripture says, man, this devil... Matter of fact, let me get that Micah 2:1. Esau is the sword for a reason. So for guys to teach that, you're going off, man. Micah chapter 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And in the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hands. They work sin upon their bed while you're sleeping at night. Constantly thinking of new ways, man. Now the thing now is a microchip. Okay, this devil wants your soul, man. He wants your spirit, man. Because they think they got the human brain mapped out. That's why they're going to put that microchip in your brain, man. Okay, it's already, a lot of people already got the chip. And I brought that video out. That British engineer said that they could send viruses to the chip. They could make you a zombie, man. That's him devising iniquity upon his bed. Okay? The scripture says there's no secret that can be hid from thee, man. Alright? So you're going to need the Most High to have his angels to be with you, man. Just like he was with our people. Let me get a couple more precepts and examples. Scripture got me going into it, so I'm going to go into it. It's not what I wanted, but let me get 2nd Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. Let's see. I'm going to get one more example of this. Now this whole chapter is good. I'm going to have to read into it. Matter of fact, I'm going to read Second Maccabees chapter 3. And yes, you're supposed to read the Apocrypha, man. Yeah, you're supposed to read the Apocrypha. It was always included in the Bible until the 1800s. That a council was separated into. Right? Second Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. And even if you go into the Septuagint, the Greek version of the Old Testament, the Apocrypha is there. So James White is a damn liar and he's a devil, man. He said that the Jews always spoke out against the Septuagint, man. Not the Septuagint, the Apocrypha. First of all, that was included in the first manuscripts. See? Okay. Second Maccabees chapter 3, verse 1. Now when the holy city was inhabited, this is when the Greeks came in, the Hellenization period, with all peace, and the laws were kept very well because of the godliness of Onias, which was the high priest, and his hatred of wickedness. And that's what we gotta be, man. Okay? The Most High hates wickedness, man. The Most High hates sinners. It came to pass that even in the kings themselves did honor the place and magnify the temple with their best gifts. Insomuch that Seleucus, king of Asia, his own revenues, they all the cause belonging to the service of the sacrifices. But when Simon of the tribe of Benjamin, or Uncle Tom, who was made governor of the temple, fell out with the high priest about disorder in the city. And when he could not overcome Onias, he gat to Apollonos, the son of Thracia, who then was governor of Syria and Phoenice. So he went to the Greeks, man. He went to Esau, man, to overthrow his own brothers, man. And that's what you got Jake doing right now, these so-called preachers, man. Okay, making leagues with the devil to come up against his truth, man. Okay? I forgot that pastor name who said something recently, and you had T.D. Jakes also. Okay? Anyway, it says, and told him that treasury in Jerusalem was full of infinite sums of money, so that the multitude of their riches, which did not certain to the account of sacrifices, was innumerable, and it was possible to bring all into the king's hands. So he let them know about the treasury that was in the temple, man. This is what he ran and told the Greeks, just so he could get on Onias' position. That's a typical nigga in the Uncle Tom right there, man. Alright? You best believe he's back on the scene. Now, when Apollonius came to the king and showed him all the money whereof he was told, the king chose out Heliodorus, a tax collector, his treasure, and sent him to the commandment to bring the foresaid money. So forthwith Heliodorus took his journey under a color of visiting the cities of Syria and Phoenice, but indeed to fulfill the king's purpose with that crafty deceit, man. That's Esau right there, man. Right? And when he was come to Jerusalem, he had been courteously received of the high priest of the city. He told him what intelligence was given out of the money, and declared wherefore he came and asked these things were so indeed. Then the high priest told him that there was such money laid up for the relief of widows and fatherless children. And that's what the money's supposed to be for anyway. Okay? Not like these preachers today who just use it on themselves, man. Supposed to use it for the widows and the fatherless children and the poor of your people. Okay? Yeah, that's supposed to be the pastor's so-called salary, but a huge portion of that is supposed to be for the congregation as well, man. All right? But 100% of the tithes that these demons collect in church is on themselves. And that's the only law in the Old Testament that they want to keep. But the rest of the law is done away with. See, but you niggas, you believe in that, man. It says, and that some of it, this is the point coming up, okay, by the angels of the Most High. And some of it belonged to Nicanor, son of Tobias, a man of great dignity. And knowledge that wicked Simon had misinformed, the sum whereof in all was 400 talents of silver and 200 of gold. And it was altogether impossible that such wrongs will be done unto them that had commanded it to the holiness place and the majesty inviolable sanctified the temple, honored over all the world. Okay? But here Heliodorus, because of the king's commandment given him, said that in any wise it must be brought unto the king's treasury. So at the day when he appointed, he to order this matter, wherefore there was no small agony throughout the whole city. So our people started what? Going into grief, sorrow. Alright? They started fasting and praying. But the priests prostrated themselves before the altar in their priests. But the priests prostrated themselves before the altar in their priest vestments, called unto heaven upon him that made a law concerning these things, given to be kept, that they should safely be preserved, for such had committed them to be kept. Alright, so they called out to Yahawashi. And what did the Most High do, man? Okay? We didn't have to get carnal, get short and seek shield and fight them. What did he do? Then whosoever had looked the high priest in their face, it would have wounded his heart for his countenance and the changing. That's the point coming up. His color declared the inward agony of his mind, for the man was so compassed with fear and horror of the body, that it was manifest to them that look upon him what sorrow he had now in his heart. So Ananias was a true man of the Lord, man. Okay? Others ran flocking out of their houses to general supplications, because the place was like to come into contempt. I'm going to read on down. So the high priest was in agony. I'm going to jump on down. What happened? Nevertheless, Heliodorus, the Edomite, the tax collector, executed that which was decreed. And when he was there, present himself with his guard upon the treasury, the Lord of spirits, Yahawah, man, Yahawah, Yahawashi, and the prince of all power, caused a great apparition, a spirit, so that all that presumed to come in with him were astonished at the power of the Most High, and fainted, and were sore afraid. Man. Most High sent a dreadful spirit. Man. As soon as they saw it, they fainted. Man. Hold on a second. That's the angels of the Most High delivering those that fear in him. The priests prostrated themselves, fasted, prayed. And the Most High sent what? An apparition. A spirit, man. As soon as they saw the spirit, they fainted. Okay? It's like the Most High did to ancient Egyptians. Just like he did to them wicked Egyptians, man. Let me read on. I don't know why the spirit got me going to these accounts, but that's the spirit of Yahawah, Yahawashi. I'm going to go into it. You got some devil trying to shut this down, man. Yeah, the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. Right? For there appeared unto them a horse which a terrible rider upon him, an angel, and adorned with a very fair covering, and had ran fiercely and smote at Heliodorus with a forefoot. And it seemed that he had sat upon the horse, had complete harness of gold. This was the angels, man. Alright? Moreover, two other young men appeared before him, notable in strength, excellent in beauty, and comely in apparel, who stood by on either side, and scourged him continually, and gave him many sore stripes. And Heliodorus fell suddenly unto the ground, and was compassed with great darkness. But they that were with him took him up, and put him in a litter. So, them two angels beat his ass, man. That's what happened, man. Okay, that's beautiful history right here. the angels to jack Heliodorus up. Now I'm going to get another precept. Let me get the book of 1 Kings. Alright? So the things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. The angels of the Most High is with us, man. We don't got to see them. Okay, you don't want to see them. Okay, the angels are dreadful, man. The angels are dreadful looking, man. When John the Baptist's father saw Gabriel, he was terrified, man. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that. The Most High gonna start revealing his angels, man.
That's why I gotta go do it.
And I was already.
Angels ain't no white men with no beard on their faces, man. Looking like a bunch of pedophiles. That's not how the angels or naked white babies flying around. That's Esau's sick, perverted nature, man. Okay? And he gonna pay for that. That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Okay? Luke chapter 1 verse 7. Verse 5. And there was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias, of course of Abadiah, and his wife was the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before the Most High, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord blameless. And they had no child, because Elizabeth was barren, and they were both now well stricken in years, so they were old. Now it came to pass that while he executed the priest's office before the Most High, in the order of his course, according to the custom of the priest's office, his lot was to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Lord. And the whole multitude of the people were praying without at the time of incense. And there appeared unto him an angel of the Lord standing on the right side of the altar of incense. This is what happened. And Zacharias saw him, and he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. See? So when he saw the angel, man, fear fell upon him, man. Okay? These are all the different accounts, man. Matter of fact, Samson's mother. Let me get Judges 11. Judges 10, Judges 11. So the angel ain't no pretty boy, man. Okay, the Most High ain't dealing with that, man. That's why it's commanded for you to have a beard on your face. Right? To grow one. Might be 14. See? So, you know, we out here bringing out the different accounts of Yahawashi Yahawashi. Then read the account. Judges chapter 13 verse 1. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, Yahawashi Yahawashi. And the Lord, Yahawah Yahawashi, delivered them into the hand of the Philistines 40 years. So the Most High is the one who put us in captivity, man. We're reading the different accounts, man. Okay? But the point is coming up with the angels, man. It says, and there was a certain man of Zorah, this guy walking around, man. See, you got understand. We read on, it says, you know, you got a lot of demons out here, man. Yahawashi Yahawashi, curse this devil right here, man. Okay? He walking around, iron brothers, man. He might be a warlock, man. No spell and enchantment could work against Jacob. None. No spell or enchantment. Or it might be a damn agent. It don't matter anyway, man. Okay? Okay, like I just said before, the angels of the Most High encamped around those that fear him and delivered them. Nothing can be charged against the Most High's elect unless the Most High himself gives the go-ahead. That's the faith that you have to have, man, in these last days, man. There was a certain man of Zorah of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah. And his wife was barren and bare not. And the angel of Yahawashi appeared unto the woman and said unto her, Behold, now thou art barren, and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. And now therefore beware, I pray thee, drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing. For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come unto his head. It was the Nazarite, Numbers the 6th chapter. For the child shall be a Nazarite unto the Most High from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. It's the point. Then the woman came and told her husband, how you doing, Ishmael? Good?
How are you?
Not bad. You?
Good.
Alright? Take care. And the woman came and told her husband, saying, a man of the Most High came unto me. It's the point. And his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of the Most High, very terrible. But I asked him not whence he was, neither I told me his name. Okay? So what? His countenance was dreadful, man. That's why when what do you call it, Zacharias, John the Baptist's father, saw the angel, he was terrified, man. Okay? That's when they saw the apparition in the temple, they were terrified, man. He had Heliodorus, man, and his men. See? Because our power is terrible, man. Okay? And the angels are a reflection of their father, Yahawah, man. See? And the scripture says, our angels behold the face of the Most High. So that's a beautiful thing, man. Keep fearing the Lord, keeping the commandments and the ordinances, and have faith. Do these things, you don't gotta worry about nothing. Right? In fact, I'm gonna get one more account. Since I'm on the angels of the Lord, the Spirit got me going in on it. Start getting to these articles. Second Kings. The scripture says Michael himself will stand up for us. Man. And Michael, the storm right now, tearing up the south, man. Tore up Mexico, man. Tore parts of Florida. That's how dreadful that storm is, man. Michael. He was like the Most High. It's a powerful name, man. Michael. The Second Kings, let me see. We get 2 Kings, the 19th chapter. 2 Kings 19. We read this through the power of Yahawashi. Like I said, these things are going to happen again, man. right? The angels work on your behalf every day. You just don't know it, right? Because, like I said, there's demons out here that want to do a sin. Okay, the FBI got his eyes on brothers, man. And if this was totally of men, this whole movement would have been shut down like the Panthers. Right, but it's not. Esau don't know how to tactically take us down, man, because it's a total spiritual movement. He can't battle us in the information game or spiritually. See? Yeah, 2 Kings 19. And it came to pass when King Hezekiah heard it, he rent his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of Yahawashi. So this is when the Assyrians started coming in and attacking the Israelites. They already took down the northern kingdom, the Hispanic tribes, and they were coming up against the kingdom of Judah. Okay? And Hezekiah was a righteous king. It says, and he sent Eliakim, which was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and the elders and the priests covered with sackcloth to Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, which is all about the prophets, man. See, if they wanted to inquire what the Most High wanted, you had to go to the prophets, man. Yeah, you had the king. Yeah, you had the priests. Yeah, you had the captains. Yeah, you had the scribes. But the man the Most High was dealing with, his main man is the prophets, man. That's why Paul said, if any man would desire, let him desire to prophesy, man. If any man speak, let him speak as an oracle of the Most High. A prophet, a seer, man. That's what the channel is called, Seers of Truth, man. Okay? A seer what? Is a prophet, man. Okay? A visionary, man. That's what we are, man. That's what you brothers are that's out there prophesying, man. Yeah, that's the highest office, man. Okay? And Isaiah said unto them, thus ye shall say to your master, thus saith Yahawashi, be not afraid of the words which thou hast heard, and which the servants of the king of Assyria have blasphemed me. Okay, and the modern day Assyrian king is Esau, man. And the Most High gonna break it, man. Okay? Behold, I will send a blast upon him, and he will hear a rumor and shall return to his own land. And I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. And that's spiritually gonna happen to Esau, man. When the missiles hit. Okay? Let me read on down. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Alright, I'm going to skip through parts. Verse 14. And Hezekiah received the letter of the hand of the messengers and read it. And Hezekiah went up into the house of Yahawashi and spread it before Yahawashi, his request, man. And Hezekiah prayed before Yahawashi and said, O Yahawashi, power of hosts, power of Israel, which dwelleth between the cherubims, which that's going into what? The Ark of the Covenant, right? Thou art the power, even thou alone, of all the kingdoms of the earth. Thou hast made heaven and earth. And this is a prayer he's saying, okay? Yahawashi, bow down thine ear and hear open. Yahawashi, thine eyes and see and hear the words of Sennacherib, which have sent him to reproach the living power. Of a truth, Yahawashi, the kings of Assyria have destroyed the nations and their lands, and have cast their gods into the fire. For they were no gods, but therefore they have destroyed them. Now therefore, O Yahawah Shem Shah, our power, I beseech thee or beg thee, save thou us out of his hand, that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that thou art Yahawah Shem Shah power, even thou only, man. That's a beautiful prayer, man. Hezekiah sent up to Yahawah Shem Shah, man, that he would deliver him from what? From his enemies, which at that time was the Assyrians. Okay? This is what happened. Read on down. So this is what happened. It says, for therefore, later on, therefore thus saith Yahawah Shem Shah concerning the king of Assyria, you shall come into his city, nor shoot an arrow there, nor come before it with shield, nor cast a bank against it. By the way he came, by the same he shall return, and shall not come into the city, saith Yahawah Shem Shah. So now one person died. That is the power of Yahawah Shem Shah. That's the power of the heavens, man.